Hello children, in this video we are continuing with lesson 1 up to decline of the Roman Empire we have covered in the last video. So today we are going to study about the organization of the church. Organization of the church. First we will see what is meant by clergy. What is meant by clergy? The priests and officials of the Christian church, together known as the clergy. The priests and the officials of the Christian church, together known as the clergy. Church was usually situated in urban centers. Churches were usually situated in urban centers, in cities only. And who was the head of church? The church was headed by a bishop, below whom there were priests, followed by a lower clergy. In due course, the Bishop of Rome emerged as the most powerful official of the Christian church. He came to be called the Pope. The Pope became very powerful and exercised great religious and political authority. He could even force his will upon the kings of Europe. Who was Pope? Or who was Bishop? The Bishop of Rome emerged as the most powerful official of the Christian church. He came to be called the Pope. He was very powerful. The Pope became very powerful and exercised great religious and political authority. Okay. First, we discussed about clergy. Clergy means the priests and the officials of the Christian church were together known as clergy. The churches were usually situated in urban centers only. A church was headed by a bishop, below whom there were priests. The Bishop of Rome emerged as the most powerful official of the Christian church. He came to be called the Pope. And next we are going to study about the importance or the impact of monasteries, importance or impact of Christian monasteries. Some Christians withdrew from worldly life and developed all their time to spreading the message of Christianity. Some people or some Christians, they devoted their life to spread the messages of Christ or messages of Christianity. And they led lives regulated by rigid rules and the vows of poverty, chastity and obedience. These people called the monks. And the monks or the institution in which they lived were called monasteries. And what was the main work or duties in a monastery? It included prayer, manual work and religious study. The monks set an example by doing manual work, and this promoted the idea of the dignity of labor. The monks were trained to look after the weak, the sick and the poor. They were received education and preserved ancient knowledge by copying ancient manuscript. For a long time after the fall of Western Roman Empire, the monks were the only learned people in Western Europe. The Christian monasteries become center of learning and for spreading education. Subjects like logic, grammar, arithmetic and religion taught in the Latin language. So we discussed about, we are discussing about monks. Monks means some Christians, and they devoted their life for spreading the messages of Christianity, and they were called monks. The institution which they lived were called monasteries. And what was the main duty of the monk? Prayer, manual work and religious study. And the monasteries act as a school, learning center. What was the main subject? Logic, grammar, arithmetic and religion. And they taught in Latin language. And some monks' names also mentioned here: Saint Jerome, Saint Augustine, Saint Benedict, Saint Francis. They organized their own orders of monks. And Later, after some years, the church began to play a central role in the lives of the people. And it laid down codes of social and moral behavior which the people had to observe. These codes become increasingly rigid. The church discouraged any form of questioning. It, the beginning it was very simple, but later the lay down codes and social and moral behavior which the people had to observe. These codes become increasingly rigid, and the church discouraged any type of questioning. And corruption also become widespread in monasteries, and they acquired property. Slowly they started a luxury life, but in the beginning the life was very simple, but later corruption also become widespread and they acquired property. They started to live a luxury life. Many monks were living lives of luxury and becoming involved in all kinds of corrupt practices. The wandering monks who walked among the people, however, continued the lead simple and pure lives. But many people, many monks, they were living lives of luxury and becoming involved in all the kinds of corruption. But at the same time, the wandering monks, they continued to lead simple and pure lives. Okay, this much is enough. So we are concluding this lesson. I think all of you understood this lesson very nicely, properly. I explained 2-3 times the same lesson. You study the question answers and one word. Again you read the lesson carefully.